We're recording.
All right, everybody, welcome back to a brand new session of Mages and Miniatures. Last off, the party had went to go hunt down some owl bears, and after discovering some tracks that led into the forest, discovered some kind of small tomb where they encountered 4 sets of animated armor due to one of the party members triggering off a trap. After defeating the sets of armor, Eugene had gathered some of the parts together into his bag of holding, um, along with the 2 goblin corpses that you had put in there before. And after encountering the sets of armor, Tylum had scouted out. There are 2 kind of side pathway rooms, as well as the main room where 2 owl bears, one presumably female and the other male, reside. After recovering from some of your wounds, gathering all your stuff for your short rest, everyone gets back up. And the day is to you.
Well, considering we're still in a dungeon, is it though?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
You're right. Nobody knows what time of day it is.
We just took a short rest.
Yeah, just
short rest is like a 30 to an hour though.
Yeah.
We surely we haven't lost that much. Lost what time it is from a 30-minute to an hour rest.
Well, how long have we been in the dungeon too?
Is it even a dungeon? I don't even have a watch. I don't have a watch on me. What are you talking about?
What's a
Would I know how
watch?
much time
Exactly.
I spent in this dungeon? How long has it been?
With the fighting the armor, I'd say it'd been around, with the short rest, about an hour long. And whenever you guys came into the dungeon, it was starting to hit dusk.
I need to go to Tylum's notes. Yeah, Tylum said that there seems to be some treasure gold and other things on the other side of the room, a chest of some kind. And there's owlbears. A large and a slightly smaller owlbear. 2 of a kind.
Mother and child.
Or mother and father?
Either way, it's owlbears. We need their feathers.
Either
that
way,
family-
there are targets.
Wait, did he specify how many feathers we need?
Yes. Let me check.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it was 15 feathers per batch.
Yeah, 15 feathers. It's 200 gold for 15 owlbear feathers.
Yep.
All right. So don't try not to massacre the bodies. Got it.
Thinking about that,
maybe-
Hezro kind of pauses. You know, we could just make it easier and just steal the feathers. Not have to kill them.
What about the other stuff in the room?
We could lure them out.
How? A kobold sandwich?
I
Hmm?
mean, it's worked before.
I mean, it has worked before, but I don't want to lose a segment of my tail because we didn't do it right. Do you?
I mean, don't our tails come off anyway? I mean, if you really think about it.
I don't want to test it.
Pretty cool, though.
I don't want to test it. If you want to go tailless, by all means.
I don't have a tail. And it's not that bad. I mean, I can understand going to kill them. And the children screaming outside as if someone stabbed them. Oh my goodness.
Close your
What is coming
window.
up? I'm gonna go close my window because it actually sounds like someone's stabbed.
Yeah, good sound effects.
Just makes things all the more interesting.
I think the kid on a bike is trying to make motorcycle sounds, but it sounds more like he's screaming. It's great.
Sounds like he's being tortured.
I mean, I understand wanting to kill them and all, but we could, like, not, you know?
Well, they are asleep right now, if that's any consolation. What, we just see if we can pluck them off while they're sleeping?
Hmm.
I mean, we could try, and if that fails, we could just kill them.
But at least we'll try the pacifist route. Not relegate ourselves to being evil in the hitting things and hurting things. You know? If we can do it without killing everything, we should at least give it a try. They're all better people.
Mm. What does everyone else think?
Well, it could work either way. I mean, if we had a distraction, I could easily go in, grab them, come back out.
Instead of waking them up for a distraction, why don't we just try to take the feathers if they're asleep? Second action is a distraction, and third one is we kill them.
And if that doesn't work,
Then we would be dead.
I mean, you're fair, you know.
That's the fourth option, is die.
I'm not hearing anyone else offer any ideas, so... I mean, my personal vote? Get them out of there, then go in.
I mean, if y'all want, if you three want to sneak in there, by all means. As you can probably tell, I'm not
sneaky
exactly.
type.
No.
Yeah.
So we'll sneak in while they're asleep, see if we can pluck the feathers.
Or, you know, just maybe pick them up from the ground around the nest.
Do you think
'cause
that those feathers are going to be the quality?
You never said quality. You just said feathers.
How about we go for both?
As many as we could
You're
get
right.
would be best.
The more feathers, the better. We'll get the ones on the ground. And then after we get all the ones on the ground, we see if we can pluck some from the owlbears. They shed. We might get some loose ones. I think they shed. Pretty sure they shed because there's feathers everywhere.
Worst case scenario, the most sneaky ones can grab them, pull them, and then run. You know, like as fast as we can go. Kind of run. New.
Sounds like our usual plan anyway.
Yeah, and then the rest of us can kind of
Not to be
also run.
mean or anything, but maybe you should, like, get a head start. You, specifically. Your history with running doesn't seem too...
Or have one of the big ones pick you up.
That works. Clarifying not to be mean.
Alright, that works.
And then we have a plan. Hopefully we don't die.
And if they follow us out, we can go back and try to go for the treasure once they're out.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to treasure, personally.
Did you see anything worth grabbing?
There's bits of gold and stuff. As I check notes. Let's see, there's some treasure, gold, and a chest on the other side of the room, which is why I was more for the let's just kill them and go route. A chest means there's something in it.
Well,
Usually.
let's play it by ear, because a chest could also mean it's just a hunk of someone's belongings, and the owlbears moved in while they were sleeping. Then
One
we were
man's
like,
junk
"Oh,
is another
no."
man's treasure.
Yeah. Not always the case, but I suppose.
That's what I believe. And we really need all the help we can get.
So, run in or sneak in.
Mm-hmm.
Pluck, 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 run.
Yep.
And
Pick
then
off the
what?
ground and then try
How
them.
is this gonna help us? We run to the exit.
I guess. They can't get out. It's like they would have to go their way. The big way. Because the way we came in, they can't fit.
Well, the issue being, what if their way is faster?
So what are they going to do? Meet us on the other side?
I mean, kinda.
In that the
Then
case,
we
we
run
just
back.
kill them.
Oh, that too.
What's your idea?
They'll run back in, and they'll have to run back all the way around to get back in. By then, we can run back out, and they will be on the way there. You know, play a game of there and back.
So you want to go essentially run back and forth until we wear them out, essentially.
A question, like, what happens,
No,
say... No, you go.
Well, the idea would be if they run to meet us. I can't get in, so we can run back,
Mm-hmm.
try to lure them in, and trap them.
But what about all the stuff inside that we could get?
We'll get that when we're running there. We'll see. We'll play it by ear.
If they beat us there to the outside, they're going to beat us going back in.
It'll be fine. We'll play it by ear. It'll all be fine. Let's
I'm
just go
just-
without plan and improvise. Worst case scenario.
I'm just pointing out the final thing. Say everything goes right with your plan, Hezro, and we manage to get them out and start to run back in, whatever. At what point do we actually leave without hurting them? Because they can probably just
Alright,
split up and stay on
if
either
we-
end.
Yeah, if
If
they're
we
as smart as we're
don't go
assuming
back-
they are at this rate.
If we don't seem to have another choice, then we kill them. I understand the need to. It's just that I would prefer not to. There's a difference.
That's fine.
Hmm.
I'm trying to work both sides.
Hmm.
Do we not have our wizard today out of character?
I am the wizard.
Well, yeah, but
The other one.
Eugene is kind of off to the side listening to
Okay.
the conversations going on. He's mostly kind of looking at the remains of the breastplate he has and making sure he has all the right pieces and stuffing it in his bag. And
Got a bit of a toothache. As I choke on air.
I love how the short people are doing the planning.
Well,
Well, we're not
let's go
short on any
ahead.
ideas, that's for sure.
Well, I know what my idea would be. It was probably what the original idea was to just go in there and kill them.
I mean, it's the most foolproof one, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, go in there, they're dead.
Get all their feathers instead of
Get all
the
the
necessary
feathers.
ones.
Get all the loot, and then we go.
We're poor. We're broke.
We need money. Like we need it. Doesn't matter how. We just need it.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get a move on.
All right. Let's be careful on the way in since we're trying Hesro's way.
Let's see what
Eugene
happens.
pipes up. I'm not exactly the most quiet, but if you want me to, I can stay here in this room.
If we scream, you know what happened.
And I will be coming running.
All right.
So you all are stealthily making your way to the owlbear den?
Yeah.
Yes,
All
we're
right.
leaving the man who can't see in the dark.
You see him mess with his glasses and put on a clear lens in the room that he's in, and a dim light appears for him enough to sit back and start examining the armor and read his book.
Should we all roll stealth, Cam?
Yep. Roll those stealth checks.
Totally.
Stealth. What a wonderful thing Hezro has to roll.
Oh yeah, I have dice.
Hezro, let's do this stealthily. Also, Hezro. Clank. Clank.
That's going to be a 15.
Okay.
I managed to get a 16 somehow.
Impressive.
That's not bad. 21. That's
And
not bad.
considering
At
my
all.
stealth is +2, yeah, that is impressive.
Same.
At a disadvantage?
Oh, I don't have disadvantage, but I'm just saying, like,
that's nice.
yeah, I don't.
Nice.
It's just the fact that, like, he's a big dude, but he doesn't have
Guys.
disadvantage.
I dematerialized from the material plane.
What'd you get?
The best possible roll, sir.
Natural 20.
Mhm.
So, Grabbin just ninja vanish, just disappears. The rest of you manage to sneak your way through the pathway, this winding, kind of stone, unnaturally made path, and eventually come to the room with the sarcophagus in the center, the chest in the back, and the two owl bears up front, eyes closed and sleeping. As you all enter the room, they do not seem to notice you're there.
Hezro will start picking up owl bear feathers from the ground.
Same with Tylum.
Okay. Go ahead and both of you roll me survival checks.
9. No, wait. Survival? Okay.
Clutch claw.
17? Yeah, 17.
17.
Mm-hmm.
Hezro, what'd you get?
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay. So, Tylum, as you are kind of with your stealth, sneaking around the nest, grabbing feathers, making sure to avoid waking this pair of ferocious owl-faced beasts, you manage to get 10 feathers.
Right on.
Hezro, as you're walking around with your natural 20, you find the kind of entrance where they dig into this room, where a lot of their feathers have kind of shed and fallen off to the floor, and you manage to find 20.
Oop, sorry.
But are they of that good quality, though?
So, while they're doing that, I want Grabbin, since I'm feeling extra cocky with a natural 20, to go back towards the chest and try to check it for traps along the way.
Okay.
Any noise-making things like that.
Go ahead and make me a investigation check.
Okay. That's, Oh shit, which one is he? We're level 3 right now, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a 17 total.
17. As you move to the back of the room and start to examine the chest, you're looking through it, looking at the lock. It is locked, but it does not appear to be trapped.
Okay. And there's nothing that can make noise or anything. That's just super obvious?
No.
Cool. He's gonna try to pick it right now.
All right, make a thieves tools check, which is a D20 plus Dex plus proficiency.
Oh, tonight's a good game. Mmm.
Please
Oh,
say
no,
you rolled.
he said the
Please.
word.
Who?
20. So, this is amateur's play for you. You put your ear up to the lock, and with the little kind of makeshift thieves tools, these golden picks you have that kind of cover your fingers, you get one tumbler, the second one, and the third one, all in one go. And as the lock, which has seen its fair share of age and wear and tear, when it unlocks, it kind of breaks. You manage to catch the bottom actual mechanism before it crashes into the floor, and you put it off to the side.
Quiet little one.
And then he's gonna open up the chest very quietly, very slowly, just ever so slightly ease it open.
All right.
Maybe oil the hinges in the back if he can.
All right, you do so. You open it quietly and stealthily, and most of it appears to be art of some kind, mostly stone statues depicting the various approved deities of Ibikaro. There's one dedicated to the Raven Queen, one dedicated to Bahamut, another to Timora, and the last one, as I consult my notes,
DM is loading.
Do 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 do.
do 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 do.
Bum 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 bum
Copyright.
bum bum bum
No,
bum
Copyright.
no, you can't see it from my
That's copyright.
It is actually Bahamut, Halor, instead of Timora, it is Avandra, and then the Raven Queen.
Okay.
But in addition to those four statues, which they seem to be very well made, there is also one of a human man in very kingly robes with a very ornate crown on his head, of course all stone. But this statue of the king has a tiny little ruby in the center of the crown.
He will go ahead and start placing them in his bag one by one, very quietly.
All right. The next thing you find as you're kind of sifting through while they're doing their thing is you find 110 gold pieces.
Oh, yes.
Money.
And as you kind of scoop up the gold pieces and put them in your bag, you notice something else. A skeletal hand rests at the bottom of the chest. And
That's
No.
all about Techno's hand.
its
Mm.
finger
Don't move.
is
Don't move. Don't move.
a
No, don't worry about it.
kind of a silver band, a ring, where kind of the decorative piece on the ring appears to be some kind of shield.
Does this look like a coffin? Or is this just a hand on its own?
Make an investigation check.
Is there a dead body?
Oh.
It is just a hand.
Yo, what the
That's a bit
okay, hang on.
disarming.
I hate that. Why, Siri?
Just... I might as well just start rolling at the bottom at this point. This is stupid. In general chat, I guess I'll put it. No, that's not. Well, why not? I've tossed this thing like 4 times so far. Why can't you roll like that when I'm a DM? So, that's the third natural 20, and I don't think I'm using up all my luck. I don't like this.
Oh no.
I can roll in the bot if you want me to, but like that's the luckiest I've ever been.
You're
4 rolls.
You're fine. As you're looking around, it doesn't seem to be some kind of tomb.
Okay.
But as you're looking at the coffin and you're looking back at the chest and you're looking at the coffin, perhaps maybe the guy who was entombed in here, obviously, had cut off the hand with this ring on.
I'll take the entire hand.
Ah.
Just not just the
Guys,
entire.
As you
I
go
don't want
to,
to
like-
touch the ring. I just want to get the hand.
It's
Okay.
the hand of curse and the ring is fine.
You
So the
grab
hand is like the monkey's paw.
Let the damn talk.
As you grab the hand, it's just feels like a normal skeletal hand, and you put it in your bag.
Don't
Okay.
trust
I
it.
make sure to wrap it in cloth first. I'm gonna get that shit appraised. Ain't nothing to
The
do with
hand
that.
or the ring?
Both.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
Both.
as you kind of pocket the skeletal hand, we go back over to where the owlbears are. So far, you've managed to gather all the potential feathers that you could off the floor that have some decent quality. I mean, the quality is equivalent to that of feather scraping on rock.
Yeah, if we want the really good feathers, gonna have
If-
to.
So what kind of roll would it be to start plucking feathers?
I am.
That would be a sleight of hand check.
Okay, sleight of
Wait.
hand.
Yes.
Question, DM. How far
Yeah.
away am I from the owlbears?
You're where'd you go in the room? Are you still by
Uh,
the entrance?
Well, I was gonna see if I can be like within 25 feet because I have a distinct feeling that this could go south real quick.
The owlbears are about 15 feet away from the entrance.
15 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna be on standby, like in case
Okay.
things go south.
All right, so Tylem's gonna be reckless. She realizes her feathers are shit, right?
I am holding the action.
Yeah, they're. What are you holding your action for?
Well, if they start to wake up, like
Put him to sleep for good.
I'm gonna put them to sleep for good. Like,
Screw the
holding
running
action
away
ready.
part. We're just gonna kill them.
Are
like
you holding an action to attack or to run?
no, an action. I'm holding an action to
Like running?
like rage and then go at them.
Rage is a bonus action.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. So, Tyler, what is your sleight of hand check?
Yeah. 16.
16?
Yep.
As you slowly start to reach up, very rarely in your travels have you seen such a majestic beast. Which one are you grabbing the feathers off of? The larger one or the smaller one?
Which one has nicer feathers?
The smaller one.
The smaller one.
So you reach out, and as you kind of like start to grab the feathers, you feel it rustle a little bit.
I'm
And
going
shake
for
it.
loose ones.
You kind of move your hand over and eventually grab some loose feathers. And
It sounds like you're just petting it at this point.
Look, petting
you
for a
manage
reason.
to pluck out 5 normal quality feathers.
Oh, so there's high quality. Could get a premium off that high quality.
Only 5? Darn it.
Only 5.
Oh boy.
So what? It's gonna have to be another check to get more?
It's gonna have to be another check to get more.
Oh my god.
Probably with a higher DC.
Mm-hmm.
This
This is why Thold is ready. He is just sitting there.
Leave
as
it to
soon
the
as those-
kobolds to cause disaster.
as
Does
soon as
anyone
those
try to
eyes
do
are-
anything?
Nope. Just waiting. Like, as soon as those eyes open, he is immediately going in and going to town.
Okay, I can do it. I'm gonna try to go
Wasn't the
for
plan to
more.
No,
Fuck the running idea.
no, like if they wake up while we're in here, like
Then we run. Like the plan stated.
they're right, like they're 15 feet from the entrance. You went deeper into it. They could easily corner you.
Okay.
Just run around.
What you got in your sleight of hand?
Oh, thank fuck. 17! I got a 17, Cam.
17.
Yeah.
You feel around some more. You managed
Nice
to
little
pluck
Albert, don't say a word.
5 more feathers as it starts to rustle a little bit more as you do so. You feel like the more you're doing this, the more at risk you're gonna wake this thing.
I'm gonna move over to the bigger one.
That's the best plan.
Okay.
I haven't touched the bigger one, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, so. Yeah. That's gonna be 15.
Uh-oh.
It's the one I haven't touched yet! It should be 9!
This
Start
one,
to kind of like feel around.
he's gonna give you
It
4
rustles a little
feathers.
bit. You feel like you're going fine. You start to kind of feel like kind of go for more feathers. It rustles again. And as you go and pluck 5 more feathers out,
Alright, we got 15, now let's run.
hold this thing's eyes bolt
I'm
wide
going to use.
open.
I want her to reroll that.
Okay. Alright,
Okay.
reroll.
So,
Wait, hang on. What causes this reroll? We already know the
No.
outcome. It's
No, I can do it whether or not I know the outcome or not.
oh,
Yep.
cool. All right, I don't know what this is, but I'm excited.
it's a special wizard class.
18.
18?
18.
18 just missed.
Eye opens, nuzzles, pets, cuddles,
As,
goes back
So-
to sleep.
as the eye starts to open, there's the sound of the tick, 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 and it's like the eyes close back again.
Alright, with that, Tyler raises both hands in I done it fashion and backs the fuck up.
All right, so
Gives
you
a
have
thumbs
15
up.
normal quality feathers. Grabbing by the time they're done with that, you get done with your stuff.
I bet
Okay.
there's high quality feathers. I bet there's high quality, and that annoys me. Because he keeps saying normal quality.
Well, they're feathers either way. The guy didn't say quality-wise. He just said feathers.
I know. But still.
It's not like we're fighting the ancient owl bear of Draconia or something like that.
The owlbear pops its head up. I'm Tiberius Stormwind.
Tiberian Stonewind from Draconia, reborn.
Oh, boy.
My
So-
heart did the thump thump.
Everyone's heart did
As-
the thump thump.
No, mine was
You
just
step
like-
back.
Oh.
The owlbears are none the wiser.
Good. Let them stay ignorant. Let's leave. We took the pacifist route.
I don't like this.
So, I need everyone to roll me stealth checks.
Oh god.
Oh no!
Oh no.
It's not.
I'm
It's not-
scared. I'm so scared. The 16. Am I good?
16, 17, 18.
Hey!
What did you both get?
Oh no! Someone just woke them up, didn't they?
There you go.
Did you roll a natural one?
No, I rolled a 6, and I have a +2 to stealth.
An 8 passes. Totally.
Good. 8
right?
has to pass, Cam.
So,
Really high.
grabbing Fletcher and Hezro, you manage to sneak your way back to the entrance.
Because we're badasses.
I'm rolling that athletics check right now.
Look, we just run. We got what we need.
As you're kind of sneaking back,
There's a tree branch, isn't there? A random
There's
tree branch
not.
made it.
your sword that's kind of like swaying back and forth on your back from a sheath, as you hear a ding as it smacks into the side of the entrance.
He is immediately running.
We all book it.
I need all the party members to make athletics checks as both the owlbears wake up.
Natural 20!
Oh.
My
oh,
cowardly kobold is gone!
Oh, that's
19.
I made a really good one, guys. 14 total. With a -3.
so where I rolled that 8 earlier, I'm glad the dice gods looked kindly upon me because I also got a nat 20.
Pick up Hazra on your way out.
So we have a 19, a nat 20.
Two nat
um,
20s.
2 nat 20s. Then I'd say, yeah, easily, you're able to make your way out as the owlbears wake up and are starting to shift to kind of get ready as they watch all of you run.
Like, this is the fastest you've probably seen a dwarf run. Just, I mean, it is Usain Bolt. Just,
Fletcher, you look back, and as you're all running away, you see the male owlbear getting somewhat of a defensive stance, and as you're all running away, it just kind of watches you.
Lizards
And
don't
as
sweat.
you're all running out, Eugene is like, "Wait, what's going on?"
We just grab him and go.
Oh, oh my!
We drag him by his pants. We're gone.
Eugene runs out with you, and you run out the tomb once again. He still has his little dim light, and you run out into the kind of ruined church corridor where it is nighttime. You see above you the starry sky, cloudless, with the quarter moon. The ruins and nature around you are the only sounds that are present. And you have successfully managed to avoid 2 owlbears.
why did we go past Fist again? Oh yeah, because the Protect asked us to.
And because the Protect developed a plan to prevent the murder of the owlbears in such an elaborate way, Hezro, you get an inspiration.
Ah,
Nice.
What kind of inspiration? Is it a reroll for this session, or is it a D6?
How I do inspiration is, as long as you have that inspiration, when you make a roll, you can choose to make that roll at advantage at the cost of that inspiration.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you. Free advantage.
So how many people's blood pressure rose during that?
Mine.
Mine rose.
I was
I mean,
listening,
I
and at the
think we were
last second,
fine.
I was like,
I thought we were fine. It was just the fact that, like, everybody else was, done ahead of me, and then it's just like, tink. Yeah, if everyone was here, this would be fine, but I'm currently the only one. I'm the one closest, and everybody else is already a little bit ahead of me.
All the squishies went
No.
ahead.
dude.
All the squishies went ahead.
Yeah, the squishies went ahead, and the tunk. Yeah, I can't 2-on-1.
I
Maybe
feel like
1-on-1,
as soon as you
not
did
2-on-1.
that, everyone just booked it.
Just the tunk.
No one was
Didn't
sticking
even-
around.
Didn't even look behind us, just booked it.
So, you have the night sky.
Did we notice
before
Grabbin getting the chest, by the way?
Oh yeah.
You did see grabbing the contents of the chest.
I look at my bro. I look at my boy. And I say, so what was in there?
Some nice things here and there, some trinkets. I assume that.
What
maybe
kind of
someone
trinkets?
Find interest. Looks like religious symbols, maybe.
Ah.
One's got a gem, so that's
Oh?
nice.
What kind of gem we talking about?
Looked like a ruby at first glance. Not sure.
Let's look at it in the firelight and maybe we can figure it out.
Hey, Eugene,
Yes.
you can determine the properties of magical things, right?
Give me a second to check. I don't have any spell like that on me, unfortunately.
Maybe we can find
This
someone.
is a poor
But-
Eugene impression.
But could you, eventually?
I mean, ideally.
What about Hezro?
Yeah, Hezro, what about you?
I'm not really good with magical items. I've never learned the spell to identify them.
Are you good with magic in general?
I'm good with magic.
She seems a little insulted.
Then maybe you could take a look at it.
I can take a look at it.
Problem solved.
Well, anyway, someone thought it was a good idea to cut off their hand. So
What?
yeah, kind of got a hand along with the ring. I didn't want to touch the ring, so I took the hand.
You took the hand. Like,
Yeah.
if you needed a snack, there's other options.
It's a skeletal, bony hand, you disgusting cretin.
You're the one who says we eat mom.
It was a cold winter.
It was not.
Can I have the thing?
And he hands it over.
Oh, well, this isn't usually what I mean when I ask for someone to give me a hand.
Oh.
Did a thing.
He's gonna lick the item.
Just everyone was just like, that was bad.
Just stop.
It's time to stop.
That's 16.
16 on Arcana.
Yes.
You can tell it's magical, and you can also tell, based on the engravings and the design, as you start to examine it a little further, it's not cursed from what you can tell.
Curse. But
Well,
I
that's
don't
good.
know exactly what it does. We could probably go and ask about it at that magic shop.
Yeah, probably.
So the ring is magical?
As far as I can tell, it's not magical.
I'm asking out of character. Notes.
It appears the ring is magical.
Okay.
Kinda
If I'm
wanna
not
have
speaking
Fowl
like
put it on.
this, assume I am out of character.
Gotcha.
Because I'm taking notes too.
Mm-mm.
The ring is
What?
magical.
Let Fold test it. See what it is.
Hey, barbarian. No, kidding. Alright, so the ring is magical but unknown, and we got the stuff in the chest and the feathers.
Yep.
I'm curious
got,
about that statue with the ruby.
30 feathers off the ground, and then 15 feathers off of the rest of the.
Yep,
owlbears.
I have it marked down how many feathers I have, and the rest of the feathers Hesro got. Now, should we head back before something else happens?
Sounds like a good idea.
Let's get out of here then.
All right, so you're gonna trek on through the night.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get there before nightfall, or do we need to camp? Or
It's
before
currently
morning?
nightfall.
Okay, will we? I know. I'm asking, will we get there before the morning, or should we make camp?
From what you can tell, the journey it took to get here, it'd probably be better to make camp because it took you the better half of the day to get to the tomb.
Let's get away from these ruins a little bit and camp. We're not gonna make it there until morning.
I'm okay with this.
Alright. I need to sleep. I'm tired.
All right, so you take the time to make your way off. You find a small little kind of clearing where you can set up all your stuff and rest for the evening. Who is taking watch?
Not me.
Tyron can take watch. I don't have to recover
My
spell
12
slots.
perception.
All right, so Tylum, as you take the first watch, go and make me a perception check.
All right, I rolled a 2 on the dice, so that's gonna be a 6.
A 6?
Oh boy.
Okay.
We're only level 3, guys.
That's the problem. We're only level 3.
We're only level 3.
As you're looking around, you're focusing. You feel you're really confident in your vision, and then you hear something, but it's too late. As you feel a weapon pointed at the back of your hand, and you hear a hushed voice. Don't move a muscle.
Alright.
I'll shoot you.
Why?
Damn, no one's ever asked me that question. You hear him give a very faint and quiet whistle, and from in front of you, Tylum, you see 2 more figures who look like they're in leather armors with a green rag covering the bottom half of their face.
Are you guys
You
bandits?
see another man in kind of a thick chainmail with a massive kind of crude mace. And then a third man who seems to be a little taller than the others, a little more muscular, a scimitar in one hand, a dagger in the other.
Chunky.
What?
But chunky, but funky.
The figure in the center, a kind of a larger, kind of bulkier figure. All right. Boys, line them up. Go get them.
Oh my god! I'm just starting
So you
screaming.
just scream? Okay.
Immediately, what the bandits see is just like this very big dwarf just coming out, just like, all right, who woke me up?
So,
If anyone doesn't want to die, they best be moving.
I need everyone to roll initiative.
Like halfway asleep, it's like this entire forest better be on fire.
Oh fuck.
Amber,
Someone got an Amber Alert.
who's dying?
You got kidnapped, Tempest. Is in the area. You gotta go out and find them.
Like right now.
Like right now. D&D doesn't matter. Go save a child.
Can I just want Thol to come out and like when it if,
Or how much of a did we at least get enough for a short rest, or did we get enough for a long rest, or not?
You haven't got enough for either.
This immediately happened as soon as everyone laid down. Tyler was just getting into it, and suddenly...
Thol was like currently like he was about to like take his weapon off, and then he hears screaming. It's just like
And Tyler knew
He is-
exactly what she was doing, too.
so. This is what happens when you wake up, when you keep the dwarf from going to bed when he wants to go to sleep.
I got a nat 20, and I just put it in initiative, Cam.
Okay. All right, on is Gravin's initiative.
He's currently chasing down the Amber Alert.
He's currently
Alright,
chasing down the...
That's gonna be a 14 total.
It's going to be a 14 total. Okay.
I do want to try my luck at intimidation though, like because like with how big he is. Like they see this very large dwarf like walk out of his tent, and I mean he is very angry.
Just as planned. Tyler
So-
knew what to do.
Hezro, you are first on the initiative. Tylum, you're up after.
Woo!
I am getting the initiative order right now.
She screams a little bit, make a small yip.
Almost 260
Okay.
pounds.
Are they are
Oh,
any of them within like are they all close to each other, like within a 15 cube or so?
All of them except for one are, and that is the one next to
How many
Hezro.
are
Or not Hezro, Fletcher.
How many are we fighting?
There are currently 5 of them total.
Oh my god!
And that is 5 people that have made a mistake.
She's gonna go and run into that little group of people.
Oh no.
holding her
Oh.
wand. Get her right in the middle of the 15-foot cube, and she's gonna cast Thunder Wave.
Wait, what about me?
Thunder Wave? Okay.
Thunder Wave.
What kind
Are
of
you gonna
thing
hit
do you need
Tylum
for them?
too?
No, it's the ones further away. She's trying to knock them on out 10 feet.
Okay.
Give them some damage.
It's deck saves, right?
They are con saves.
Con saves. Okay. So, first bandit is going to be a 3.
Fails.
Second bandit is going to be a 6.
I love bandits.
Fails.
The captain is going to get a 16.
That succeeds.
That's the captain.
And the last figure in chainmail, the bruiser, got a 11. So he fails, I assume.
You shouldn't hecking wake up people.
She's gonna run further away into the woods.
So as you say this response, you're like, oh, we gotta fight someone. You run up and just raise your hands, and this loud, cracking, thunderous boom. All right. Does it just knock them back 10
It does
feet?
damage too.
It does damage.
It does damage. It does 3d8s to all of them. And to the one that succeeds, half as much damage and isn't pushed back. Ugh. It does 21 damage to all of them.
So you watch as the two bandits, the first two, like freaking out. You watch as this thunderous energy seeps in, and you can see their skeletons for a second as they seize up, and chunks of them go flying from the force of the wave. They're dead.
Yes!
She keeps running.
Walk, dude. Oh, dude.
All of them are dead?
Just the two bandits who were over by the captain and the bruiser.
Okay.
Bruiser's just like, ow.
Oh shit!
My DC 14. She keeps running.
So
Runs right past
those
them.
two succeeded, take 11. The bruiser, he's pushed back 10 feet. And you see him just have to kind of shake it off. The captain manages to gracefully evade the blow. But still, you see him take a portion of that thunder damage as you see his ears begin to bleed a little bit. He's shaking like, ugh. Oh, this is going to be fun.
I go as far away as I can.
I just picture as
Okay,
she
the
said that, she's
captain
just running by.
Is going to. Does it provoke or does it prevent
If
reactions?
she would have positioned herself so that when she knocked people back, they wouldn't be far enough away. They would be
Oh,
far
yeah,
enough
right,
away.
because it affects the large radius. Yep, you're right. So you just run back like, hey, get back here!
Back it, back it.
How dare you run?
Tylum,
I'm,
Yes.
I'm literally considering taking 2 levels in Rogue so I can double dash.
Tylum, as this thunderous wave happens and you see Hesro just straight up body 2 of these bandits. The third one, he's like, oh god! And he drops his crossbow and raises his hands like, please don't kill me!
I'm going to turn around. I'm going to snarl. I'm not even going to bother with my weapons. I'm going to jump up and try to latch onto his face, digging my claws in to scare the shit out of him.
Just
All
be
right,
like,
go
I'm
ahead
gonna
and
gouge
make-
your eyes out.
I was gonna go ahead and make a grapple check. And make a strength check versus his.
Are you just gonna be like, I'm gonna gouge your eyes out?
You said strength, right?
Yeah.
Would that be strength or athletics?
It's strength to grapple somebody. Athletics or acrobatics.
Okay,
to avoid.
that's just going to be a plain 14.
Plane 14?
Yeah.
Alright, he got a plane 15. So, as you kind of jump on his face and just grab and just start snarling
I'm just
at
going,
him. She kind of throws you off to the side, like, get away from me!
please tell me, does he run?
It is not his turn yet.
Can I roll intimidation just to make sure?
I feel like
Or do
I'd
I even
say,
need to bother?
I'd say make an intimidation check.
Rolls a natural 1. Is cute.
That's going
Like,
to
taking
be
with them.
that's going to be an 18.
18?
Yeah.
All right. You way beat his heat. You kind of like hiss and snarl at him. It's like, oh god!
I'm a rabbit kobold.
Ah! Get away from me!
I am Rabbit Kobold.
So,
Rabbit.
Sold. It is your turn. You see the captain kind of like in the middle. He is about 20. He's about 20 feet away from you.
Wait. I imagine Thold is just getting up off the ground. All right, if I get up and I see if I see that everyone is still here that is causing issues, they are all dying. And he looks over at the captain and bruiser.
Go ahead and make intimidation check. They are going to roll insights.
For my intimidation,
I
that
think
is a
this is-
dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
So, you two haven't ran yet.
The captain looks around, and the bruiser kind of looks around. Is there anything else you can do with your turn?
So you said they're 20 feet from me, right?
Yes.
Both of them are, right?
Yes, and I say it would have been your action to intimidate them.
All right. My action to intimidate. I'm not gonna rage then. But I'm gonna get 10 feet close. Like I'm just gonna get 10 feet closer and just be like, so what's it going to be?
Okay. Grabbin, it is your turn. You just
I mean,
watch
if you
your
did
sister.
rage, they might smack you, and you'll keep up your rage if you get closer to them, technically.
Hmm.
Because
I
if
don't
they
know if-
start hitting,
I
and
don't
they
know
go
if
after
Cameron
the-
will allow that. That's the thing.
What's the question?
If I were to rage and get like up in their face, like, can I actually do that instead?
Well, regardless, if you get right up in their face and they try to go after someone else who's further away, you're gonna take. You're gonna
Oh,
get
yeah.
their attack
Yeah.
opportunity.
You
Which
rage,
means you will make
however,
the
if nobody attacks you or you don't attack anybody, either or, not both, your rage ends.
attack. By the end
Okay,
of the turn,
so-
right?
Like,
The next
let me
round.
just point out, if you are raging right now, then you're perfectly fine because you did an intimidate check. Rage will last you until the beginning or the end of your, the beginning of your next turn. So you're covered no matter what. If they hit you, great, you get your rage. If not, you still completed like your task in scaring them, either into a
are-
submission and we win, or whatever. So you're fine either way, in my opinion.
Okay, so Cameron.
Yeah.
So instead, can I like after intimidating them, could I rage and get up in their face?
You can, as you start running at them with your weapon drawn, screaming at the top of your lungs. They look a little shaken.
Considering the result of this
And
entire
Grabbin, it is
encounter.
your turn.
Cool.
You just watched your sister lash onto the face of this one guy, who the more and more you look at him with your dark vision, he looks like he's just a teenager.
Yeah, he's just here for the ride. We'll probably keep him around. The more important looking bub, the fancy boy. I want him to suffer for a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and run up behind the dwarf a little bit, kind of hiding behind his form. So that's where my hide is gonna have. That's 11 plus 6. That's 17 total. Stealth.
I'd say, yeah, you're able to be stealthed in the darkness.
Yeah. So just quickly up, and because I'm not keeping the stealth for long, coming from behind the dwarf and dashing to the left and just just coming out of the blue and ambushing. I'm gonna shoot one crossbow bolt in this guy's knee. I'm gonna make sure he doesn't go adventuring again.
No, no.
I see.
That's a different kind of arrow to the knee, isn't it?
Roll the hit. It's a bolt to the knee.
I was
The adventurer like
I
you,
was a
I took
bandit
a
like
bolt.
you once, but then I took a bolt to the knee.
Those damn kobolds.
But I'm playing with the automatic one, so that's a 21 to hit.
That hits.
D8 plus 5 plus 2d6. So let's play around with a sneak attack. That's an okay sneak attack. D8, you gonna make me happy? You're pretty happy. All right, that's 11 plus 5. That's 16 damage. I'm not trying to kill him if at all possible, but 16.
16. So as you fire the crossbow bolt, it flies through, and you see it go through his knee and kind of land in the grass on the opposite side. And it's like, oh, and he kind of holds his knee as he kind of grunts in pain.
And
Kinda-
kind of not bothering to hide, he'll bring the crossbow up and aim at the face. The next one's going through your eye. If you don't sit, you fuck down.
Make an intimidation check.
Considering
With
everything that happened, okay.
I just wanna aid Fold. Fold is his name, right?
Yeah, Thold.
Yes.
Yeah. So I just wanna aid Fold if at all possible. So my charisma isn't too terribly scary or anything like that, but it's still a 14.
Thold is
14?
legitimately angry because
In
he
his
was in
current state, that is enough to intimidate him. As you see him take his reaction to drop his weapons, his hands in the air, and he gets on his knees.
Well, knee. The other one's gone.
Yeah, you're right.
No, the question about the bruiser.
He's still kind of in the back. He's looking about his situation. Eugene, as he gets up, he is going to look around at the situation. And he is going to look at the bruiser, and you see him pop the red lens on his glasses, and a little bolt of fire begins to coalesce as he natural ones and misses.
Oh
As the
no.
firebolt goes into the forest,
Oh no.
Forest
And
fire.
just-
Ruins.
just kind of snuffs out. It's like, oh, that was not how that was supposed to work. Probably doesn't help that I don't have dark vision either. That is going to be Eugene's turn. The currently alive bandit, you see, as he looks around, he looks over at Tylum. He gets on
I
his
let some
knees.
drool kind of froth up and drip down to like convince him I'm rabid.
We've gotten desperate at times. We have our tactics.
You see him kind of get down on his knees, put his head to the dirt, and he says, I'm sorry, please don't kill me. Look, I'm trying to make a living, please don't kill me, please.
Well, this was an encounter and a half.
The captain, you see, is like, and he is going to try and make a beeline for the forest.
Let him run.
With a fucking busted knee?
Let it run.
Oh,
Let him
he ain't getting far.
Is that the guy with
So
the
I'm guessing,
busted knee or
I'm guessing
someone
he
else?
disengaged then, Cam, because I was in his
No, he
face.
didn't. You get an attack of opportunity.
Wrong move.
Try not to break his knees too hard.
I'm going for the other leg.
Already.
I am going for the other leg.
No,
Uh,
not the
we should
cripple.
just steal these guys like armor and shit. Honestly.
So does a 17 hit him?
A 17 hits this man. Roll damage.
I'm really crying from laughing so
Oh, I'm
hard.
currently enraged, aren't I? Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Best encounter ever.
12 damage. I'm going for that other knee.
12 damage as you slash. You manage to get right where the thigh is, and you see now as you slice open the clothes
It's gonna start
and a
crawling.
splatter, as you see kind of the tendons in his calf start to kind of split like a freshly cooked sausage. And just kind of pop.
No. Mm-mm.
This
He screams out and falls
Good
on
watch
the
there.
floor.
He's now trying to crawl.
He is now trying to crawl away. He manages to get 10 feet away from the combat. The bruiser, who was pushed back, is going to take this opportunity
Uh-huh.
to take his action to dash, and then take his bonus action to dash, as he runs so far into the forest, you cannot see him anymore.
He's like,
He is-
I'm gone.
He is out of the combat, leaving the bandit crawling for his life and the bandit that surrendered. This all happened over the span of 6 seconds. Encounter is now over.
DM upset.
Fold
I am-
wanted some
I'm
sleep.
surprised. I'm actually glad it went out this way. This is funny.
Petro walks over.
Like Fold was like, yes, finally I get some sleep, and then he
Have you
hears
seen that
screaming.
meme? Have you seen that meme where it's like the parrot that taps the do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's Ezra.
Fold just wanted some sleep, and then like all of a sudden he hears screaming, and it's like this entire forest better be on fire.
Ezra's gonna go and chase after the crawling thief.
Chase.
he gets 5 feet farther away as he looks over. You're like, oh, get away from me!
It's okay. I'm not going to hurt you. It's okay.
She won't.
Stabs him.
We're just going to report you to authorities and ask why exactly you really wanted to come after us. What were you going to do with us? It was very mean waking us up. If you wanted to do your business, you should have asked us in the morning.
I mean, look, why would I rob
fucking
people in
bean.
broad daylight?
So you were going to rob us?
Yes.
Very, very rude.
As they're
because
talking,
you're-
Fold gets in front of the captain, and he kneels down. He is still enraged.
Does your mother know you do this?
Meanwhile, there's an
What?
angry dwarf staring at him.
Does
What?
your mother know you go out and rob people that are trying to sleep?
I haven't seen my mother in 10 years.
Maybe it's a good idea for you to go and speak with her, because I'm sure she has
She's
some very...
dead.
There is a spell called Speak with Dead.
There's a spell called Speak with Dead.
I'm not a spellcaster.
Like,
If
You
you
speak to your mom.
if you can afford to rob people, you can afford to pay a spellcaster to go and speak with the dead. Is not appropriate.
I mean, to be honest, my luck hasn't been the best. First, I tried to rob the rebels. That didn't go well. Then I tried to rob you.
Somebody please heal his leg. It's bleeding all over the place, and he's going to bleed out, and then I can't question him. Someone?
Eugene walks up like, I can take care of that. And you see him take out a small little cube and press a button as it starts to glow a little bit. And he puts the cube on the wound where the tendons were, and he's casting Cure Wounds. For 9 hit points. The tendons themselves begin to kind of reform and connect. He's like,
What about your father? Have you spoken to your father?
no, I haven't spoken to my father. Why are you interrogating me?
Well, who else am I going to interrogate? The other two are in pieces. The other one's a child, and I'd feel bad for interrogating a child. So I'm going to interrogate you. Specifically also because you're kind of the leader.
Oh, that's reasonable.
Thank you. I'm very reasonable.
Look, I'm trying to make a living. Do you understand how hard it is to live in the wilderness? Pretty fucking hard.
If you have weapons, you should be hunting for food, not
Yes.
for people.
We do that.
You don't eat people, do you?
No, I'm not a cannibal.
I don't know. One crime, the other crime, they're not too far off. You're gonna murder.
What?
Murder is not that far away from
Look,
cannibalism.
I'm trying to make a living.
Well, what about next time you ask nicely or get an actual job?
Getting a life lecture from a gnome.
Make an insight check, Hezro.
You're being lectured by a gnome and threatened by a dwarf. This is not.
With the kobold still
19.
drooling and everything at the other, like, poor thief.
He is sitting there with his head looking into the ground, and he is crying.
There's something that my girl wants to do once you're done with that. This will be at the same time.
Who's crying?
The kind of the teenager.
Yeah, but Tylem's gonna do something with them when I'm able to.
19 insight.
The more and more he talks, the more and more he's talking out of desperation, not because he's on death's door, but because it seems like he was possibly trying to pay someone off.
Look, we got a quest. You steal owlbear feathers and you get, what was it? How much for 15 owlbear feathers?
Don't tell him!
Well, we didn't go after them, but that doesn't mean we can't tell him and send him to go fight the owlbears and buy the things.
Wait, there's owlbears?
Yes, there's owlbears.
What?
What? We didn't shoot you in your ears.
Well, I didn't come out here looking for owlbears. I came out here looking to rob people in the middle of the night
Well,
so I can pay someone off who I owe a lot of money to.
look at me. I barely have any money, and so instead of going to rob people, I went and got a job. There's a whole list of them in town that you could go and get. There's so many more reliable things, like, for example, hunting owlbears or goblins, and those kinds of things help the community.
He's sitting there. He is the most confused man right now. There is an angry dwarf that looks like he's about to kill him.
Honestly, Cam, the moment my girl said, "But why?" and one of the bandits paused, going, "No." So no one's ever asked me that before. We all knew this would end this way.
Dying over here.
He's like, "Look, I'm just trying to pay someone off. I'm just trying.
I understand that.
If
You're
I
not
go
gonna get-
back to town,
Mm-hmm.
I may have an accident.
An act?
Like,
Then
if
you're
you
an
understand
alpha.
where I'm going with this."
Can you
She
not make
probably
it to the
doesn't.
bathroom?
Told you.
What?
Can you not make it to the bathroom?
No! Fucking die!
Oh, that's not an accident.
I owe a very dangerous person a very dangerously large amount of money.
How much money are we talking?
We're talking about 1,500 gold pieces.
That's a lot
Oh,
of money.
fuck me. There's your son,
Okay.
man.
Well, look at us. Do we look like we have 1,500? Shame on you for going after people who have less than even you do.
Look, I don't have any coin on me. You have more than I do, I assume.
Oh, you assume? You know what they say about assuming? They make a butt out of you and me, but I can't say the other word because it's rude.
Ass.
That's one.
Listen.
Comment on that.
Listen,
Mhm.
like I said, I'm willing to tell you everything.
All right. Well, who do you owe?
I owe a man who goes by the name of Mr. Gold. 1,500 gold pieces.
Hmm.
About
Is
a
it-
couple of weeks ago,
Uh-huh.
I convinced him to help me fund robbing the museum in town, in Ackerbury. And I've been trying to get it set up. Then out of nowhere, the place fucking explodes!
Oh, that's strange. Hmm.
I mean, the
Very
place
unfortunate.
exploded in fire, and everything we were going in for was taken by defective guards. They just kind of left and they sold it. Mr.
That's
Gold doesn't
horrid.
care. He's been.
It must be really hard. Well, it's
I
what
mean-
you deserve for getting into crime, though, if I'm going to be completely honest. But at the same time, how much do you have? How much more do we need?
I don't have any.
You don't have any. Well,
How
what
many-
have you been doing? Sitting with your head up your butt?
I've been trying. Look, I'm not the most successful robber.
I can tell.
I mean, that is pretty obvious.
Look,
The most I can do is 10 gold pieces.
You're
you know that sounds fine. I will take it
Who
and I will
knows?
leave
That
and
might
I will
be
get
enough
an
to get you
actual
a peg
job.
leg.
Insight.
Who are you inciting?
The guy saying he's gonna get an actual job.
Okay.
just tell it to Thole. He'll know what to do.
I
But
mean,
promise you'll go to a different town, one with a different person, so you don't have to owe this
okay, that's gonna be a 10.
10.
Yes.
It's kind of hard to read.
Hmm.
Can I attempt to incite this man?
Roll an insight check.
Like I'm right next to him, just staring him down. Oh, perfect. A 19.
This man, you're looking at him. He has obviously pissed himself. He is on the ground with a non-functioning leg,
Couldn't
And he
rob
is-
anymore even if I wanted to.
and he has wet himself, and
This man-
he feels like he has been traumatized for the rest of his life.
In his mind, like, this is fantastic.
The shorter they are, the worse is PTSD.
like he is now satisfied because since he has been like rudely woken up.
Go
It's just-
to the nearest other town and find some adventuring things. If you have enough of a to be able to sneak up on us, then possibly sneak into town and talk to the vendors. And then
You
I
know,
go,
I'll do that.
I'm sure you'll find someone who needs something done
Could you
that's
heal
not.
my leg, though?
Oh, I'm not a very good healer. I don't think you want me to try.
She looks at Eugene.
Eugene's like, I pull out the cube again.
No, I don't think he deserves it. If
I
I
don't
was
think he needs
honest.
his leg. If he crawls in.
He's already got one heal. Just give him a fucking stick and let him hobble there.
Well, the problem is if he's trying to sneak in to get a proper job, then he won't be able to with just one leg, and he'll get caught and
Oh,
have
well,
an
tough.
accident.
Should've
let him
thought
get
about that.
let him get healed. He won't be able to do much anyway now.
Because if he does, we'll find him.
Oh, don't worry. I don't think we'll have to worry about him.
Ezra being inadvertently creepy by saying, "We'll find him."
Eugene says, all right, I bring out the cube again and casts Cure Wounds and heals him for 5 hit points. And you watch as the other leg kind of slowly begins to reform. The kneecap starts to kind of regenerate, and he gets up and like, oh, thank you so much.
I
Just grab
pass
my
him
life.
10 pieces.
He takes it, like, this is a really good start for me to consider my life choices.
Yes, it is.
I mean, if you weren't considering him before,
This would be a good time. Honestly, any time's a good time. I think every person should sit down at some point in their life and just think about what they've done.
And
If
I'm
they
gonna do
can't be
that.
proud,
I'm
then
gonna
they
use this
shouldn't
10
be alive.
gold, and I'll buy me some clothes. I'm gonna get me a job.
Just,
And
I'm sure Mr. Gold, if you tell him that you were threatened by the people, that he will be understanding, and you can promise him that perhaps you owe him even more money if he gives you a bit more time. And you get a proper job and work it up. Because
you know,
if he kills you, you can say this. If he kills you, he doesn't get the money. But if he lets you live and lets you get the money, he'll get the money and someone who will go to him for future business.
all right. He kind of looks around at everybody.
Mr. DM,
Yes.
Graben is gonna think about the name Mr. Gold. Does it ring to him at
Yeah,
all?
same for my girl.
Both of you can roll me history checks as this man kind of nods like a good night, and he starts like kind of walking off.
That's a 14.
That's gonna be a 20 total.
What'd you get, Tylum?
14.
Tylum, you know Mr. Gold is Mr. Edwards' boss,
Okay.
to the best of your knowledge. He's been with you for a couple of weeks, and Mr. Edwards has mentioned Mr. Gold to some degree.
Mhm.
As a understanding and compassionate crime lord that has a secret underground ring somewhere in the sewers of Ackerberg.
Understanding and compassionate. Press X to doubt.
Rabbit, you remember that, plus from your knowledge of working with Mr. Edwards, you know how to get to where Mr. Gold's kind of secret ring is. As both of you are thinking about this, the teenager who now you see is kind of like a dirty blonde, short hair, leather armor,
Oh yeah, we still have him.
kind of the green face mask. He is looking at the ground and he is just whimpering at this point.
Oh, you're
Graben
going
will
to
go
do
to him.
Tandy wanted to do
Oh,
something
right.
with him.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Right, sorry, I
Yep.
forgot.
So, you think you could attack me?
On the other spectrum.
Like, Tyler's doing her own thing.
I do what the boss told me to, and I get feed. I get to eat. That's all I do.
Do you have some reason you decided to do this?
Because the boss asked me to.
Why are you working as a bandit?
I had no other options.
Why?
Like, I don't know.
You're able-bodied, aren't you?
But I was practically raised by the man.
Do something
My entire
else!
life.
Oh my ears.
Why are you buying clothes at the soup store?
Exactly.
What'd you say, Tyler?
She yelled, do something else.
Oh, she cut out so bad. Say it again, but without yelling.
She said, do something else.
Look, I haven't really had the opportunity to think about that. But now that my choices are open, I was hoping you could point me in the direction of honest work.
She wipes the drool from her mouth. Kind of shakes it off. The town about a day away. You can find honest work in the inns and the shops and on the bounty board.
Thank you so much. And he kind of like starts to slowly get up.
If I catch you stealing again, I'm gonna bite you and spread the rabies.
Rabies!
little horn
You
just
see
frog.
him pick up his crossbow, like holster it on his back, and just go sprinting off into the forest.
She wipes off more drool and turns to the rest of the group and gives a thumbs up.
Ezra walks over and offers her a high five.
She uses a hand that's not covered in spit and gives a high five.
You did good work today.
Yep. Ha.
And with that, you're all able to go back.
God damn it, that entire encounter.
Now get the benefits of your long rest.
Finally. Filled, fulfilled. So much
That
better now.
entire fucking encounter.
That
So-
entire encounter.
As you wake up the day ahead of you, and you start making your way back towards Accabury, the day seems relatively quiet. You get up early enough in the morning to where the sun is only barely rising over the sky. And as you make your way down the Silver Road, and you make your way back to the gates of Accabury, as the sun slowly begins to rise, as you're about a mile away, you see smoke coming from inside the city.
I'm not gonna count.
Oh, god damn it.
It doesn't- It doesn't
Having
seem to be spreading, though.
So should we or should we not?
How much
It's
you
right
want to
there.
bet someone was burned at the stake?
Yeah, Hezro stops running towards it.
Stops or starts?
Stops. She was kind of starting to jog ahead. Then when that was said, she kind of slowed.
Honestly, with this city, I wouldn't be surprised.
Honestly.
Especially if it's someone with scales.
Hmm. Well, let's go check it out.
Yeah,
He
might
walks
as
that
well.
direction.
She walks
So-
too.
As you make your way farther and farther close to Accabury and walk through the town gates, the guards greet you, giving shifty eyes to the kobolds. And as you make your way, you see a mass of people, centaurs, elves, humans, all gathered around. It seems to be an elevated platform where you see where the smoke originated from. 3 figures, a woman, a man, and another woman, are all tied to these large wooden stakes that have set up and emerged from the ground, and the crowd is cheering as the flesh is burned off of their skin.
Are they already
fuck,
dead?
I hate being right.
Ah, I hate it when you're right too.
Hezro will tug on like the pant leg of one of the people who are cheering.
All right, you walk up to one of the human figures in the back that's shouting like, "Yeah, burn the witch!"
Tug, tug.
And as you kind of tug on his legs, like, "Huh?" And he looks down like, "Oh, hey there, small girl.
Hey there, little lady.
It's typically something adults gather for, but I'm surprised you're interested."
I'm a gnome. I'm probably older than you.
Oh, do you need kind of like a lift up to see it, or?
No, I want to know why they're being burned.
Oh,
What do they do?
they're associated with the rebellion.
Hmm.
Those damn rebel scum.
Why is he Southern?
Always,
I don't know.
Rebel scum.
That's the default accent for people down here.
always defacing our
Taking our
religious statues. always trying to rally the innocent souls together against the crown.
Thank you. It was a thing I was curious about. I was wondering what they did this time.
Yeah, I mean, these three were found trying to dig bodies out the graveyard.
Gross. Necromancy is so unsightly.
I know, right? It's just an absolute problem, and it is an insult to the matron of ravens. It is a problem that the gravekeepers are very adamant on getting rid of. In fact, that's what they're doing right now. Is the gravekeepers are burning them at the stake? If you want to see,
What races are they, Cameron? The ones being burned?
you see, the first one, is an elven woman. The second one, a human man. The third one, dragonborn. Blue. Most of the scales have started to kind of chip off from the heat, leaving the exposed fleshy skin underneath.
I lean over to my brother and just say quietly,
You know, the other two I can get, but I'm starting to wonder, just the Dragonborn alone, if they're just burning him because he's a Dragonborn and not because of the rebellion.
Honestly, couldn't say.
if you slap
Well,
excuse,
personally,
An accusation on someone people don't like, they're going to be happy killing them either way.
I mean, you're not wrong, but regardless, it wouldn't be something I'm not opposed to looking into.
Same.
We'll see what the others think, and if they kind of hint that they're not really interested, don't even involve them.
Got it.
Because I'm getting curious what all the hubbub is about.
Yeah.
Israel will walk back during this time.
So you all are kind of gathered at the back of the crowd as some of the cheering comes to a close. You all see a familiar set of robed armor make her way up to kind of a podium
Ah, yes, the pompous.
and raises her arms.
who is she?
Men,
again? The Inquisitor or something like that?
the Grave Master.
Ah.
The apparent bitch.
That's why I said
See
pompous.
her
Yeah.
raise her arms up. Men and women of the crown, children of the divine, those who stand before you are those who wish to defy the sacred rites and oaths we hold each and every day. Your support in these trying times and your tithes to the churches and the inquisitors help us complete this daunting task. Remember, in 3 days, at the gathering mass at each of the churches, please remember to donate to the services that we provide to protect you as well as the entire kingdom. Blessed be the name of the gods, and blessed be the name of the people who serve them. And as she finishes, the crowd goes into a loud roar. You see children kind of on the backs of parents clapping and kind of cheering and raising their fists up. Men and women are shouting, and at this point, as all of the official staff leave the kind of elevated platform, they start picking up nearby rocks and just start throwing them at these bodies.
I'm done watching.
Yeah, pretty set for the year.
He goes to the inn.
She follows him.
All right, so Tylum and Grabber are going to the inn.
I'm going to stick around for a little longer. Just wait until all of this settles down.
Okay. Thold, what are you doing?
Thold, like, like he's kind of like zoned out whenever the grave master started speaking, because all he heard was blah 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 blah, and he kind of just wandered off toward the end, like before she even got done talking.
All right. Eugene stays behind with Hezro, and a good 15 minutes pass as the flames begin to die out. The crowds at this point have stopped throwing rocks, and they kind of look at each other and kind of give a nod and start going about their daily business again. As you see support members of the church take the bodies and kind of pile them into a wagon and start to disassemble the entire setup.
I'm going to see where they take those bodies.
So you're going to follow them?
Yeah, see where they take them.
Okay. Eugene goes with you. As the bodies are kind of thrown, you see the carriage driver, the wagon driver, with a flick of the reins, the two horses up front slowly begin to move forward, and you start to follow them until you eventually come to the Church of the Raven Queen, as well as the graveyard for Accabury. You see dozens upon dozens of graves that have been planted throughout history. You also see a large dug-in ditch. And you watch as the two attending grave clerics go and grab the three bodies and start slowly throwing them into this ditch. Some time passes and they start pouring oils and waters on the bodies and eventually light it aflame.
You wait until they clear out.
The fires go out after about an hour or so, very quick burning. The carriage at this point is gone, and the grave clerics have gone back inside to help bury some of the dead from the zombie attack.
I'm gonna walk over to that ditch.
Okay.
Are there
As you-
still some small flickers of light in there?
There are embers. Most of the actual flesh and most of anything that wasn't metal has been turned to ash.
She's going to mage hand one of her little cranes in there, letting it burn up.
Okay. As you cast your mage hand and slowly let the crane down into the pit, a couple of embers make contact, and you see it start to shrivel up from the heat before it eventually gives in to the same fate.
She walks away.
All right. Are you heading back to the inn?
Mm-hmm.
All right. The party reconvenes at the inn. It's relatively empty this time of day. You five patrons, Toon, Snowaxe, and her husband Torald are working the bar, as well as there is another figure who seems to be some kind of merchant, drinking on a fine wine and enjoying a very hefty steak. You all reconvene at your usual table, and Torald comes over. Hattie, is there anything that you'd like to eat or drink?
That's the special.
Special today is lupine soup. Cost you
I'll
5
take-
silver.
I'll take one.
I'll take one too.
All right, 2 lupine soups. Eugene kind of bumps in. I'll get a soup as well. All right, 3 soups.
I'll put down 1 gold piece for me and my brother.
Okay.
I'll take 1 soup and 1 bottle of ale.
Back to full bottle.
Yep.
All right. That's gonna be how strong are you wanting the bottle?
Well, how strong you got?
Strongest one's gonna cost you 1 gold.
All right.
How much for 2 tankards?
That's about a bottle total. A gold.
Grabbin, do you want some mail?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
take a bit.
I put down another gold piece.
All right. As you put the gold piece down and the 2 gold pieces, he starts getting your stuff ready. Thold, are you buying the good stuff?
Oh yeah.
All right, it's gonna be a gold and 5 silver for the drink and the meal.
All right. You push that down.
I might as well point this out as well. And he takes out a hefty sack of coin, and then very quickly he'll set out 5 stacks of 20, and then give 1 to himself, 1 to his sister, and then 1 to each of you.
Right on. So add 20 to our current amount.
Yep.
Nice.
Tomorrow we can give the feathers to the old man.
That dwarf.
Yeah, and then we can split that evenly too.
Mm-hmm.
And fuck people.
Honestly, though.
Hezro will also get a meal.
All right. Are you gonna get a soup and a tankard?
No ale.
No ale, just the soup.
Just
All right,
juice.
5 silver.
How much
Juice.
gold did we get from that?
Yeah, 20 gold.
20.
All right.
Just juice.
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 And it is currently about midday at this point. Are you still gonna bunk down for the rest of the day and go meet with them tomorrow?
Tylum doesn't feel like going out today. Not after that.
You know, since it's the middle of the day, we might as well get it over with. That way we won't have to spend another day in this town and pay more.
Hmm. Yeah, sure. Let's do it then. After we eat.
All right. You all get your meals and finish them down and start making your way over to the magic shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
All right.
sounds about right.
You take a walk through the streets. Life has immediately returned back to normal. And you make your way back over to the large purple wagon. You see the arcane canine construct notice you and start kind of walking up to the door and using its head to thud it a couple of times, and you hear a give me a second. As Reginald opens the door. Oh, hello there. Welcome back.
Yep.
Back so soon.
Yeah, we got your things, sir.
The
All right,
feathers.
now-
Some of them.
Feathers, how many batches you get me?
Well,
3
I
back-
had 20.
And I
Right,
got
that's-
25.
20 and 25 there. So that's 45 feathers. 200 gold per batch of 15. Oh, you completely build my supply right back up. As you see him go back and starts counting out coin. 200 gold per order of 15 for 45 feathers. That's going to be 600 gold each.
I would say
Damn, that feels good.
we pass him all the feathers.
He takes them. All right, these are going to be really good for potions.
Fantastic.
What's really nice is we kept them alive, so you don't have to go looking for more. You can just send more people to go and pick them.
Oh, are you kidding me? You have me set for the next couple of months.
Good.
That's nice to hear.
Since we have a bit more gold, She kind of looks at Grabbin. I have some. I was hoping to potentially get a scroll.
We can just divvy it out altogether.
Oh, I mean, if she needs more money, I wouldn't mind. I mean, if you intend on sticking around anyway.
I like this group. It's my size.
There's 5 of us,
Yes.
aren't there?
Yeah, there
Like
is 5.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and divide. So we'd all get 120 gold each. And if
Did you-
anyone wants to donate their gold to whoever, that's where it would change.
I'll take 220 right now. Oh, sorry, not 220, 120.
Ooh,
Yeah,
greedy.
I'll take the
I'm sorry.
120.
I'm
I'll
taking my
take
120.
100.
Yeah, I'm taking my 120. I need some gold.
Can you remind me what scrolls they had for sale and which ones I can buy?
Well, we actually just refilled our entire stock there. We pretty much have most first or second tier level spells.
Way to tempt me. Well, Eugene, do you have any way of identifying spells and whatnot and objects?
I do not, unfortunately.
Do you have the identify spell?
I
I
absolutely
asked the
do.
clerk as my Discord decides to kill itself. It's great.
I absolutely do. I also have the material components required to cast it.
Would you be interested in doing a favor?
Hey, what kind of favor are you talking about?
Well, I think I might have found something that might either pique your interest as a salesman, or, well, something just to know a little bit more on my side, I guess.
And he brings out this wrapped object.
Now, don't be too alarmed. I just grabbed the whole thing because I didn't feel like touching something I wasn't all aware of, so
He places it on the table.
I'd like to get this identified.
He unwraps it slowly and says, "Oh, this is normal for me. Don't you worry."
Okay, cool.
And this is an old familiar gem. I haven't seen one of these in a while.
What is it?
It's a ring. If you you take the time to kind of connect with it magically, it would say attune to it. It provides you a little extra bit of protection.
Let's give it to Hestro.
Okay. So, here's a question, though, real quick. Would
Yeah,
there be a
absolutely.
reason why someone would want to, I don't know, dismember themselves to get this off of him?
I have absolutely no idea.
That's what the identifies for, right?
I can identify it, see if it's actually cursed.
Please
Yeah, I
do.
Pay you for it if you want.
My identification services are what we like to call free of charge.
Oh, wow. Pleasure doing business.
Give me a second. This is going to take me about 10 minutes here.
During the
And-
time, I only have 180 gold. Could I get the scroll and paper so that I can, and ink and whatnot, so that I can start writing it in my book?
Ah, yes,
Well,
wizard, the most expensive class.
Well,
Mhm.
you're just in luck because we have a special sale going on. If you buy a scroll, we give you enough paper to help inscribe it into your spell book. It's a kind of a tribute to the wizards. I myself am a wizard if you haven't found out so already.
Kind of gives a smile.
Me too.
Well, it's nice to meet you, young lady.
It's nice to meet you too. I'm probably older than you. How much?
I
for the
highly
scroll?
doubt that.
Insight.
Boon of immortality. I guarantee. He's just one of those
Insight.
NPCs that can't die in Skyrim.
Oh god.
You'd be surprised. I've seen a lot. Anyway, I'm gonna go check out this ring real quick. Whenever I get back, though, the price for a first tier magical scroll, plus the assortment of all the other paper, That'll run you about a total of 100 gold pieces.
I will slide over 100 gold pieces.
All right, I'll get that scroll for you when I come on out. He takes the gold and he walks back. 10 minutes pass and he comes back. Yep, definitely not cursed. The ring itself can give you a little bonus to your armor and also make you a little better on saving against certain dangerous threats that come your way. It's also a nice decorative piece.
Nice.
We should give it to Hestra with all the running around she does and might save her life.
Someone who has to actually fight in the front lines should take it.
You fight in the front lines.
Well, I'm running behind things and
That's not
shooting
always
with
going to
weapons.
work.
I mean, it's worked so far.
I'm kind of in agreement with her, sis. I mean, as long as she gets a little better at running and stays away
I'm
from
getting
danger.
better.
I understand you're working. Just give it to someone who's normally gonna get smacked.
For your brother.
Maybe
Don't want either of you to get hurt.
I fight on the back lines.
I'm a ranged kind of person. I
This is
think
when
the
the
best
party-
choice is the dwarf here.
Is this when the party realizes there's only one person that fights on the front line?
Yeah, everyone looks at the barbarian.
Him. Or Eugene, because Eugene keeps getting the beezles beat out of him.
He looks to Eugene, who's currently reading a book. We'll ask him later, see what his opinions are.
So hold off on it for now.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
Then hold on to it, and we'll figure it out whenever we're all coming to agreement.
Oh,
Let me
what's
give
this
you this
doohickey
ring
called
back.
anyway?
It's a ring of protection. It
Okay, cool.
protects you, and it's a ring.
I couldn't have
Nice.
And here is your scroll of identify there, young lady.
Thank you.
All right, then. Is there anything else any of you would like to purchase?
Not particularly.
Well, Eugene's the one that's helping me with my quiver. Can you, speaking of protection, actually, can you enhance items?
I mean, it does take me some time to go through the enchantment process, but I can be more than happy to take a look at it.
How much for just a small enchantment, aka +1?
Like +1 on armor?
Armor or weapon?
Yeah, the adding a +1 to armor here, checking the ledger, that's gonna be 50 gold pieces, and if you were to buy the armor outright, it'd be plus the additional cost of the armor. So it'd be 50 gold pieces to make an armor set +1.
And if it was a weapon, like a bow per se?
Charge a little bit more for weapons. If you already have the weapon, it's I think 75. If not, 75 plus the weapon. And if you buy the weapon from us, it comes with a traditional eagle's eye branding appearance with furnished purple wood.
I'd rather stick to my bow.
That's perfectly fine.
How long does it take for you to do your enchanting?
It takes me about a week.
A week?
Yes.
Never mind.
Alrighty then. If you ever change your mind, I'm here.
If I can afford another weapon as backup, I'll let you know, but I'm not comfortable enough with the coin I have to just let you have my weapon for a week.
That's perfectly reasonable. I understand your concern. I am a bit intimidating.
Yeah, you're terrifying.
I absolutely am. Now, if that's going to be all the business for you, then, Mr. Dwarf over there, are you looking for anything to perhaps help your physical macho body?
Not at the moment.
All right, then. Is there anything you wanted to purchase there, Mr. Kobold?
Well, I still don't have a whole lot of funds to my name just yet, but we did, obviously recently come into some money. The offer is still the same. I'm not really interested for the moment, but I will be in the future.
You could
All right,
look into
well,
getting a better dagger later.
That's a low priority, but yeah.
I will be more than happy to provide any kind of resources if you have the coin. But I will be here for indefinitely. So if you need anything, just come find me. I'm just gonna be here.
Righty ho.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think with that, he's gonna go ahead and leave.
Any more pamphlets I see around?
What?
Any more pamphlets I see anywhere around?
Not where you are, no.
Okay.
And with that, as you finish up your shopping, and I assume you go back to the inn to spend the rest of the day relaxing after a last couple of hard days of work.
Mm-hmm.
That is where we are going to end today's session.
Do we have any downtime,
Okay.
Cameron?
I will say, if you want to, because I give you the option.
I will take 2 hours to inscribe this.
I typically give it in increments of weeks. And I do run Xanathar's Guide to Everything for rules on downtime.
How long would it take me to read Arrow and Fast Recovery book?
That would take you probably a day for you to comprehend it.
Okay. Could I work on that and, God, what's that one feat? Sharpshooter? That ignores cover?
Ooh, it is sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter?
Yeah.
I will say that is considered training.
Mm-hmm.
You will have to find a trainer for that one, and it will cost you 25 gold.
For the sharpshooter feat, it would be 25 gold.
Yep.
That's if I can find the trainer.
I'd say go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
First,
If-
let me make sure that that's the feat I want.
Sharpshooter is the one that ignores cover.
It ignores.
It also ignores...
3/4 cover.
It
And
it ignores
you
most
don't get a
cover,
penalty from distance shooting.
removes the penalty, and
Yeah,
has a
I
third
want
thing
sharpshooter. Because
Okay.
I don't want that, like, the right next to me penalty.
I'd say
That-
over the course of
That's
the
a
week.
different one.
Which one is that one?
That's
Crossbow
hand
expert.
crossbow mastery.
I don't know
Or
if
No,
you
hand
can...
crossbow mastery,
Well,
specifically.
Does crossbow mastery apply to, bow? Or is it just crossbow?
Ranged attacks made at
It
point
depends on the
blank don't
DM.
have a
Because I've had some
disadvantage.
DMs say that that's just for crossbows, and I've had other DMs which have ruled it for bows. as well.
Cameron.
Yeah, give me a second.
I mean, if you stay in the back and not get
How much
closed,
is a week of
We're considering...
downtime going to cost for accommodations?
I would say each of your rooms is 5 silver.
Mhm.
Per day. So it would cost you, I think, 2.5 gold.
okay.
I'll drop the 2.5 gold.
Yeah, sharpshooter. Attacking at long range doesn't impose disadvantage on your ranged weapon attack rolls exceeding the normal range.
Mhm.
Your ranged weapons ignore half cover and 3/4 cover. And before you make a ranged attack with a ranged weapon with which you are proficient, You can choose to take a -5 penalty to the attack roll. If you do, it deals +10 damage.
So I can get crossbow expert to avoid that penalty.
That would be another work week because that's a separate feat.
No, I'm just talking about for crossbow expert. I don't want both sharpshooter and crossbow expert. Sharpshooter.
I will allow it.
Okay, then one day to read the book. I assume with an intelligence, and the rest of the week to, if I can find one, crossbow expert.
Yeah, and we'll say, since it is over the course of the week, you do manage to find a trainer. Go ahead and roll me a d6.
Oh, d6. Gold dust. 4.
4. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know. As you eventually find a guy, he looks a little shifty, but he seems to know his stuff. He's also a ranger himself.
Okay.
As you work with him and begin to learn firing at long distances,
Mm-hmm.
he also teaches you about how sometimes being a little cocky can also be a little bit more deadly.
Yeah.
And I will say, over the course of your downtime, you're able to read the book, learn its contents, as well as gain the sharpshooter feat.
Well, since we're doing
Mr.
feats,
GM.
can I find a trainer for the
Not
mobile
sharpshooter,
feat?
crossbow expert.
Crossbow expert.
Yes.
So you just want crossbow expert.
I can't do
Mr.
both
DM.
feats. You already said so.
Yeah. I'll say yeah.
Okay. And I already dropped the 25 gold.
All right.
Can I find someone who will teach me to be mobile?
That's fairly easy. I'll say over the course of the week, you eventually find a guy. Roll me a d6.
4.
4.
Find the same guy.
Ironically enough, by the time Tylum is done with her training, you also run into the same guy. However, you figure out as you're training with him, and his training methods are very strange and unique. You figure out he's a wanted criminal. And the way he taught you to be mobile is whenever he robbed a house and the guards spotted him, he gave you what appeared to be a sack of some kind of stolen material and essentially...
Hezra's not okay with this. Hezra's not okay with this.
Look, you're a lackey now. Deal with it.
She will run her ass for those days, and after both she and Tylum have got, she's going to turn the guy in.
Well, shit.
Don't turn the guy in. Tyler would stop her.
What do you know? I mean, this is a completely different instance.
Yeah.
It is a different instance.
So would she know? Because
She waits for Tylum to get done with all her training.
why would you do that?
That's really unfortunate because I needed to
You-
do something.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
At the
Because
very end of the week. Like, it's not like I run with him for one day and then like, whoop-de-doo. No, I'd also want to try and find out why he's a criminal. For what he's wanted.
Okay. While you're doing that, go ahead and put down the 25 gold. You get the
Pretty good.
mobile feat. Grab it.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Well, unfortunately, I wanted to go and get someone who could teach me about crossbow mastery because that's what my build is about, completely and utterly. So that's what I'm attempting to do. Maybe I can find a guard who can teach me or
well,
something.
you could if you're learning crossbow
Again,
expert.
I don't turn him. We're all having
No,
one week.
it's fine. Like, I mean, he has to train some people though, so that's like he can't have like all the free time in the world. It's regardless. It's fine. I will find someone.
So, as you're searching around town, you find somebody different, actually.
Cool.
You find a really shady figure. Roll me a d6.
All right. 5.
5. The next week for you is painful and agonizing.
Fun. Why? Did I get beat up?
Your teacher is a cruel taskmaster.
Oof.
Mm.
And he digs his methods into you very aggressively, but you, after putting down the 25 gold, you learn your feat.
Okay, cool. All right, let me write that down then. For 25 gold, so I can't do math. That's 140. No, it's not. 135. No. 145. There we go.
Alright. Thold, what are you doing?
It's a tough decision. I'm stuck between, this one, what is it? Great Weapon Master and Sentinel.
Sentinel's even
Sentinel's
nicer.
really nice.
I know. I see Sentinel, and I remember in another campaign, someone has the Sentinel feat. Man, that was nice.
Sentinel's really nice because whenever we level up,
You know what? I'm gonna go for the Sentinel feat.
because Weapon Master you can get on your next level up, but Sentinel.
So,
Oh, yeah.
you search around town, and you're looking for someone to help you be stalwart and be a sentinel for the people and your allies. Who better for that than Divine Spear Kosh? Kosh Warson. He is willing to teach you in his off time when he is off duty at the cost of 25 gold.
All right.
Roll me a d6.
Oh, I got a 5.
Kosh is also very relentless in his teachings. He takes it very seriously.
I mean,
You spend the next week essentially being smacked around until you eventually figure everything down, the footwork, the stance, everything you need to get the sentinel going, and you learn your sentinel feat.
Cameron, can Hezro find out why he's a criminal?
I'll say as you go to kind of turn this man in,
Well, it's more like during the week while she's running. Does she find out what exactly he's like trying to amass money for? Because like she wouldn't have even thought about turning him in until he started making her do runs for him.
It's pretty easy to find out this man is just a petty thief trying to make coin on the side. Very selfish.
Cool. Then yes, she will turn him in. If there's a gold reward, she will take it.
Okay.
I hope
Go and roll me a
Tyler
D100.
does not find out.
Oh.
Tam finds out, she's gonna be very upset because she was planning on going that guy again for another really shifty feat.
95.
95. Okay. So you report this man. You report where he usually gathers. And next thing you know, he's hanged the day after.
Oh.
Wow.
Woof.
Question, DM, do the rest of us see him hanged?
The rest of you are aware that he is dead.
Tylum is not
None-
happy that day. She's a very foul lizard.
And
Don't take our
Ezra,
word.
you get a reward of 40 gold pieces for turning this man in.
Wow. I hope you're happy.
I am happy. Are you kidding? He was a petty criminal. He's okay with killing
That
petty
taught you
criminals.
the mobile feat.
Okay, if you taught me how to be mobile, I'd be completely fine with it. He
Ah.
taught her by making her go out of her like alignment. So she's like, nope. If he was like running from the law and a rebel, she'd be like, all right, I'll close my eyes and pretend it didn't happen. But he was a petty, selfish thief. So she's just like, maybe you'd consider to not be okay, fine. Okay, well, money. Listen,
Okay.
There's got a lizard.
And with that in mind, as the week comes to a close, that is where we are going to end today's session. So, once again, we want to thank everybody who decided to come join us and watch the game. We hope you all have a fantastic evening, and we will talk to you nerds later.